welcome back to our channel.
If you're new here, I'm Sam.
And I'm Jess.
And together we are
Jess and Sam.
It's so rainy outside.
It is, like, it's super dark outside. Like, it feels like it's 8 p.m, but it's literally barely like 2 p.m. Welcome back to Vlogmas day number
14.
Sam's better than me at keeping track at this. So then that means that there's only 21 more days? No. 11 more days.
Oh, yeah. 11 more days.
11 more days till Christmas. That's crazy. I can't wait to do like our family gift opening and our Secret Santa.
It's like fun. We're gonna vlog it all for you guys.
We're gonna find out who each one of our family members got. So I wonder who got me. I still don't know.
I still don't know who got me either.
Like, it's actually a secret. Like, I can't believe we've kept it for this long. If you guys are new here, also make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so that you guys don't miss another video of Jess and Sam. And don't forget to follow our social media. Everything is down below in the description box. Our Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, and Twitter are everything down there.
So today we have a little story time for you guys. You guys have been asking for a story time for a while, and we were like kind of struggling to see like what story we should tell, but we have a specific date coming up, so we thought might as well just say the story because it's like falling just in time because it is next month, the specific date.
So we also have my story time, which is what happened to my mom, because a lot of you guys ask what happened to my mom, and honestly it's a very long story. I've said it before, but I don't think like new supporters know what happened, so I think it'd be good for another day. But if you guys want that story time, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. But we're gonna get started with Sam's story time, which is a very interesting one. She's gonna be doing most of the talking because it is her story, but I mean, I was there through the process of it, obviously, because you know.
Yeah.
But right now we're gonna go get some food. They're like the Tostilocos. Hopefully it's open because it's very rainy outside, so we don't know if they're gonna be open, but hopefully, since they're like
crossing my fingers.
They're like in a little trailer, so I mean, I don't think they would like cancel their selling thing. So we're gonna go get some, and then we're gonna be back in my room to tell the story. Look guys, my car is so wet. And look at the sky. It actually looks pretty, but it's like kind of dark. This is how it looked. Trampoline's all wet. Yeah, there's my room up there.
I'm eating Oreos.
She's eating Oreos before going to pick up the food. So yeah, my car looks clean because it rained, and I cleaned it the day before it rained. So that's not fair.
I found these chips in Jessica's pantry, and they were really good, so I brought them over here.
So we made it back, and I got a bionico. It's like fresas, mango, plátano, manzana, and it has granola and like miel and stuff.
I got some Tostilocos with just cueritos and cacahuates.
We're just gonna get straight into this story time. Okay guys, so Sam basically has been playing soccer for like all of her life, maybe since you were like what, 8 years old. So she's been like on soccer teams. She's been like on multiple soccer teams at the same time. And her parents have been all about soccer for her. Like literally they would travel like hours to go to a soccer game. Like she was really into soccer.
Yeah. Growing up, I always wanted to go into high school and play soccer. Like that's what I looked forward to the most growing up, is just high school and soccer. Like high school and soccer, high school and soccer. So then when I finally got to high school, I tried out, and the coach gave me the decision to be on JV or varsity. And basically guys, Sam, our whole family told her to like, well, some of us told her to wait for varsity like another year. Some of us told her like, no, go right ahead and go do varsity. So like her goal was to get to varsity since her freshman year. Like that was her goal. She always wanted to be on varsity on her freshman year. Like that was my goal. Like that was my goal in life at that time. So then whenever they asked me, I like right away, like right there on the spot, I said varsity because that was my goal. That's what I wanted to do. So how our school works is, well, our soccer works, I'm pretty sure it's like that for like other schools and other soccer teams, is you have preseason and then you have like your actual league season. And preseason, I think, is like how many games? Like 10?
A couple, yeah, like 10.
Yeah, it's like 10 games, and then it's like the actual league.
It started in November, preseason.
So I remember the first game I started, but then they took me out, and then they put me back in more towards the end of the game, and that was an away game. And the second game was
an away game means like in another school, not her high school. And then home game means like at her high school.
Yeah. Our first game was an away game, our second game was a home game, and then our third game was another away game. The third game, I played 3 games. Well, basically 2, because the third one I played like I played like 20 minutes, and then that was it. The away game was in Orosi, so it was like, it's like
40 minutes.
40 minutes away. And my parents were like unsure whether to go or not because it was 40 minutes away, and you know, it was a school night. It was a Thursday night, so my mom, since she's a teacher, she had to work the next day. My dad had to work the next day. The games end pretty late. They end really late, and it was still 40 minutes away, so they were like hesitant to go or not, but then they decided to go, which good thing they did. So this day was November 21st, so it's been a little over a year now, and it's definitely a day that I will never forget. I still remember the girl, her face, I still remember her number, I still remember the position, I still remember everything clearly.
Really?
And to this day, I will never in my life ever like that girl. Never, ever, ever.
How did you feel like the previous games, like before this happened? How did you feel like playing in the field as varsity?
It was fun, you know, like it was fun.
Did it feel like hard because other girls were like taller or like older than you?
Not necessarily, because I was fast. I'm not fast anymore, but I was fast, so that was like an advantage that I had over the other players. But I was really short and the other players were really tall, so if it was like body against body, then obviously they would beat me because, you know, I'm really small and like tiny. I'm barely 5 foot. I was faster, and obviously not the fastest, but I was faster than some of the girls, so that was like my advantage. So then in this game, the Orosi game, I started off the game playing forward, and then Orosi is a really good team. Like, they have really strong forwards. When I started playing soccer, I was defense, so my main position was defense.
Like mine.
Yeah. My coach put me down to defense, so I played defense for a little bit, and then I remember the play perfectly. The ball, they were coming this way and we were going that way, and I remember they kicked the ball to one of the forwards. I was like next to the forward from the other team. So they kicked the ball and it was rolling, so I ran and I kicked it, and then the other forward, when I kicked it, my like front leg like landed in the front. My front leg landed in front, obviously, so I was kind of like that, you know. And then she came and she like pushed me, and she like, her body weight and my body weight all went on like my leg that was in the front because I had just kicked the ball. My knee just like, you know, like I don't know how to explain it. It popped like
out of position.
Yeah, my kneecap popped out of position, but then it went back in, so like it just shifted like that, and I heard it pop and I saw it move because as it happened, like I was like licking at my knee because I was looking down and I kicked the ball, so my knee just went. And then I tried so hard not to cry because I tried holding in my tears as much as I could, but like I literally couldn't. I was on the floor in the middle of the field for like 10 minutes. And then there was just a group, like my whole soccer team, the coach, the ref, they were just like around me. And my parents didn't even know it was me that was on the floor at first. They didn't know it was me. They just thought, they're like, oh, a player got hurt. And they didn't know it was me. Till after a little bit, they realized, oh, it's Samantha. Basically, if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure you guys know because I've posted it, but basically, if you guys don't know, I did tear my ACL, so that's what happened. That's why I was on the floor for such a long time crying. I was there for like 10 minutes, like I said, and then they had to take me off the field in a go-kart because I couldn't, like, I was like shaking, like I couldn't walk, I couldn't move my leg. They tried touching it, but I wouldn't let them touch it because it hurt.
What did the other player do? Nothing. The one that hurt you? Nothing. Like, did she say sorry? Like, did she feel bad? Like, what did she do?
Nothing. She didn't do anything.
What the heck? That's so weird.
After that happened, I don't remember like seeing her anymore. Like I was just in so much pain. The only person that I do remember being there was Beatrice. She was like the assistant coach, and we grew such a close bond. I love her. So I don't know if she's watching this, but if you're watching this, Beatrice, I love you so much. And I still text her sometimes to just check up on her and everything. So after that, they took me off the field in the go-kart. And then we went to the emergency room. We went to the emergency room in Visalia, I think, because it was closest to Orosi. And then we were in the emergency room. It was like, we were there for like 2 hours. We got there, they asked me questions, they gave me pills, they took X-rays, and then after the X-rays, they like had us wait in a room.
So like during this time, guys, I didn't even know this was happening. Like I never thought that this would happen to her, especially like it was like the third game.
Yeah, it was the third game.
Yeah, so I was like it took me out of shock when I got a text and it said Sam got hurt. I think your mom sent me like a picture of like you guys at the hospital or something, and she's like, Sam got hurt, and I was like, nah, like this can't be it, like, you know, it's probably something like small or whatever. Yeah. But no, like she tells me like, oh, her ACL tore, and I was like, that was the first time I actually heard of an ACL tore. Because tear. But I was like, oh my gosh, and then I started searching it up and stuff, and I was like, dang, like, so what is like, okay, so a lot of you might not know what an ACL tear is, so like, what is it? because I did not know what it was before.
So basically, inside your knee, it's this cross. It's these two crosses that hold your knee like together, you know? And like basically what happened is just one of them tears. So as of right now, as we're speaking, there's just one. The
holding
there's just one holding my knee together. It's supposed to be a cross, but one tear, so there's just one there.
Yeah, so then therefore your knee is not as strong as it
my knee is not
like strong.
Stable. Like there's times when we're doing TikToks and then it just like it just like moves. So yeah, that's basically what an ACL is. And normally to repair that you need surgery. We'll get to that in a little bit. So when we were in the emergency room, we were waiting for the Xrays, and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Keep in mind we had school the next day. My cousin Melissa actually had gone with my parents to that game because she would always go to my soccer games with my parents. So my cousin, it was my little sister, my cousin Melissa, my mom, and my dad. And then we're waiting for the X-rays, and they told us that there was just fluid, that it wasn't fractured, there was no broken bones or anything, that it was just really swollen and fluid, probably because of the kneecap shift. So we didn't think much of it. We're like, oh, it's just that, like, I'll be good, like, you know. So then I went to school the next day. I was in crutches and in this really bulky knee brace that I could barely even walk because it had metal in the back, so I couldn't bend my legs. My mom did not let me out of that knee brace. Like, she did not let me get off. So then we made an appointment with my local, like, my doctor, my child, like the doctor I've been seeing like since I was young. We made an appointment, and I told my mom to ask him if I could take my knee brace off, and he said yes. So after that, I was able to finally take my knee brace off. That doctor is the one that said that he was going to order an MRI, so he did. It was in December when I got my MRI, last December. I don't remember the exact date. I want to say the 2nd, but I'm not 100% sure. But we ordered the MRI, so we went to Valley Children's in Madeira, and we did the MRI, and it was like, I hated it so much. I was in that tube for like 30 minutes. Just laying there. You cannot move at all, because if you move, you will have to do it all over. Give you earphones and you get to listen to music, but they don't let you like pick the music. It's just like whatever music. I was falling asleep. They don't give you the results right away. Like, it takes like 2 weeks. I think for like me it took 2 weeks. So then we made another appointment, and then that was to like the results for the MRI, and they said that I tore my ACL completely. But it wasn't like a partial tear or anything. They said that I tore my ACL completely, and that I was gonna need surgery, and that they were gonna take me to therapy for, I think it was like 6 weeks. So I did 6 weeks of therapy, going Tuesdays, no, I think it was Mondays and Wednesdays. I would still go to the practices and the games. I just wouldn't practice or go like play.
So they were like off and on whether she was gonna need surgery or she wasn't gonna need surgery. So she was like getting second options. Like at first you were gonna get surgery, you know, like you already had the date, but then I think COVID happened.
Yeah, my official date for surgery was April 6th, but then they canceled it because of COVID, so I never got it.
And April 6th is 2 days after we started our TikTok account. So we started TikTok April 4th.
Yeah. And surgery was April 6th.
Yeah. But they canceled it, so she didn't get surgery. And then how did it like get land to like you need surgery again? Because like for a while, weren't they like, oh, she'll be fine, like she doesn't actually need surgery?
Yeah, so they would tell me that my leg muscles were really strong, so it like kind of, it helped my knee. So I actually did start practicing like a month after. Month after they told me that I tore my ACL, they said that I could slowly like start going back into soccer. So I did. I started playing. I got my like official knee brace, I guess you could say, like the ones with the metal bars and like everything. So I actually did play the last 2 games of the season. I didn't play like the whole games, obviously, but I did play like, I want to say a good 20-30 minutes maybe. The last game, the season was over. My knee kind of like, the whole quarantine I didn't do anything, so I wasn't like being active or anything. I kind of like lost my leg muscles, I guess you can say. Recently my knee was like, it would like shift more, like it started shifting more, probably because I lost my leg muscle, so it wasn't like holding it. So I told my parents, and they made an appointment, and that's the appointment I went like 3 weeks ago. It was right before we went to Arizona for the Aguilar's event, and they said that I was gonna get surgery. So now I am gonna get surgery. It's a for sure thing. So then they said that they would schedule the surgery date like through the phone, that they would call my mom. And they gave my mom 3 options, 3 surgery dates. They said December 3rd, which is Valerie's birthday, January 11th, or January 18th. And my mom had initially said December 3rd because, you know, the sooner the better. But they didn't have a post-op like appointment because before you get surgery, like you need to do like a post-op appointment so you can see your doctor. And I didn't see the doctor. I saw his assistant, but they thought I saw the doctor. but I didn't, so they said that I couldn't, and there was no, like, they couldn't schedule one before because they were all booked, so I couldn't do December 3rd. So then the next two options were January 11th or January 18th, and I wanted January 11th, but my mom couldn't because she has this training for her work, so she said that it would be better for January 18th. So January 18th is the official surgery date, which is next month.
That's crazy. That's like in a month and like
a few days.
Yeah. So it's coming up really fast.
Yeah. I'm not nervous at all. I'm actually excited. I don't know why I'm excited. Like, I wanted to like come. Like, I want to get surgery already. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm excited. Like, the healing process, the recovery process for an ACL is like six months to a year. So that's like how long it takes for it like to heal and for you to be able to get back into sports. So I would like to be able to get back into soccer my junior year, so I have at least 2 years, but if not, then I'm just gonna have 1 year, which is my senior year.
I don't know, life is crazy, but we just have to like stay strong and keep going.
There's always a good in something bad,
so you always have to look for the good things. If you really think about it, you just like you don't know why things happen, so you just kind of have to like have a positive mindset and just look at the good things. No matter what life throws at you, you got this, and just look at the positive side and everything. That always helps. If you have a positive mindset, even if you're going through the worst day, you could always make that worst day like
better.
In your mind, you could make it a good day. Like, if you guys don't know, my mom did raise me by herself, so like ever since I was a little baby, my parents separated. But that's just like a whole different story. I don't want to get too into detail because, you know, it's really long, but it's just an example that we all go through struggles. I'm pretty sure Sam is gonna take you guys through like the healing process, and we don't know how things are gonna turn out with TikTok because she is gonna have to be like healing and recovering for a while.
So that's gonna conclude Vlogmas day 14. Stay tuned for day 15.
We hope you guys enjoyed the story time, and hopefully it like give you guys some motivation. Hopefully you guys learned something from this and took something from this that you could incorporate it in your life. So we'll see you guys next time, JS fam. Bye.